So one of the big discussions we have with a lot of our clients that have been successful, and as we've been helping people with this for 27 years, and a lot of them have ended up with more money than they thought they'd have, both just through good results, but also just long-term compounding is a powerful thing. And so one of the questions is, we want to help the kids, but we don't want to ruin their work ethic. We don't want them to depend on us. We don't want them to become lazy. Now, part of it is it's probably already set in stone to some degree, but it's definitely a thing. I've definitely seen where if people know they're going to inherit money or get gifts all the time, it can turn down their own work ethic and their own desire to build their own wealth. But in this case, we've done this for quite a few people. We've looked at a strategy where they can help them now to secure their future without, and this one is a bit of torture as well. So in this case, we've got some clients in their 70s, got more money than they need, want to help the kids. So around about the time the kids they've done it in two ways. So the biggest thing when you've got kids in private schools, it's mortgage stress, and it's the busiest time of life. So they did it partly by putting money in the kids' offset account and said, we'll leave that there. But the second way was the really interesting one. We did some numbers with them and showed them that if they put a big chunk of money in the kids' super now, and the kids were between 35 and 40. If they did that now, that would compound to pretty much provide them with a secure retirement. Not necessarily a prosperous and a really rich retirement, but it would give them the basics. So exactly what we did. The limit at the time was 100,000 a year of non-concessional super you could put in. So we took 3 years of that, which you could bring forward, and they gifted each of their daughters 300,000 each, but straight into super. Now think about this: you're 35, your parents are putting 300,000 super, and you can't touch it till you're 60. So it's still got to keep working. Doesn't change their work ethic. But let's think about that doubling, and let's use the rule of 72. So the rule of 72 says that take a return. In this case, let's say we take 9%. And 9% is kind of about a long-term average for good quality, high growth investments. So with 9%, divide that into 72, you get 8. So that means your investment will double every 8 years. So if we start with 300,000 and then we double it every 8 years, and these guys are 35, so they've got 25 years to go to retirement. So they're going to get 3 doubles in that time. So 300,000 becomes 600, becomes 1.2 million, becomes 2.4 million. It's just maths, it's just compounding. So this gift now, when someone's 35, will be 2.4 million when they come to retire. Now inflation will have brought that down, and let's say inflation maybe not quite halves the value, but let's say it's worth about $1.5 million in today's value. That's quite incredible. That would provide most people with a good quality retirement, not affluent. They've still got to work hard for the affluence bits. And 10 years later, their kids are doing their own investing, doing other things. So it's been more inspirational than them taking the foot off the accelerator. But a simple strategy that allowed them to secure their kids in retirement. We've actually talking about it with them for their grandkids. I'm considering this as about to have my first grandchild. $10,000 put into a superannuation account at birth, and picture that same doubling every 8 years, 60 years. There's 7 doubles. The numbers are huge: 10,000, 20,000, 40,000, 80,000, 160, 320, 640, 1.2 million off $10,000. Now, yes, it's probably only worth $500,000, but that's the basis of security in retirement. Now, 60 years, do we trust governments enough not to change the rules, all that stuff? I don't know. So that's what holds me back from that. But for kids, it's proven to be a pretty cool thing to do.